You know this trademark you keep.
No,
No, I like this better.
Cinema, do you
Cinema,
want
do we
to
want
do
to do
cinema?
cinema?
No, I like
No, I
this.
like this.
Continue. Trying to make
Try to
up
make
these
up these
cameras
cameras
go.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just gonna place that down
I
here. I
like
like
my
my
space
space
on the
being on the
bottom.
bottom.
Maybe
Maybe
can hear me.
hear me.
We're
We're
live.
live.
Well, on that note, good afternoon, or good evening tonight. You're on the third episode of the Two Fire Buffaloians podcast. And it's only the time is only appropriate because it's Patriots Bills round 3. Connor, it's wild card weekend.
Yeah. Round 3 here. So
See, he doesn't got much of a reaction, does he?
Oh, he doesn't have much of a
I'm
reaction.
excited.
We're all excited here on the show here. So
Oh, we're all excited.
yeah. So
Bills
this is
finished with a
final
total of 11 and 6.
Right,
Right, folks?
yes, and it's right,
Yeah.
folks. Here, I'm gonna look at the. I'm gonna do the wild card stuff here. On tonight's show, we're gonna preview the Bills Patriots round 3, as well as the other matchups. Is who we think who's gonna advance in the divisional round here. So starting off here. So as far as the AFC side, the Tennessee is the number one has the bye this week. On the NFC is the Packers. So let's get to so again, let's start with the preview here. So the Patriots came off a loss against the Dolphins, which they for handled there. The Bills came off convincing wins over the Jets, even though for most of the game it didn't look like it. No, I'm just kidding. Fred and I were at the game Sunday. Great atmosphere on Sunday. It was a great time for both of us. Connor, what did you thought of the game with the Jets here?
Yeah, I thought the defense certainly looked elite and played great the whole game. I mean, they sacked him so many times, Zach Wilson, but I think, sometimes their offense looked a little sluggish. I think Singletary played pretty good. Building upon the past few weeks, we're finally starting to get some semblance of a running game here, which will certainly help us on a playoff run. But I think, our offense looked a little stagnant, but we ultimately got the job done. So.
Yeah, and going off of what you said, the defense was lights out. I mean, it was lights out on Sunday. Watching the game from the stands, it was definitely Friday. I can relate to it. It was cold one. I mean, the offense got to a great start. Scored that first touchdown. Got a field goal. For a while there, got looked sluggish, and the defense, how they're growing. There was a few critical plays, after the punt, in the third quarter where it only went 20 yards and to the left there. It was like, oh man, come on, Hack, what the heck, but heck, the Jets couldn't handle nothing. So if you look at the total stats, the Jets only had 53 yards of total offense for the entire game. That's basically a pitch shot in golf.
Heck, Tiger Woods could make that shot. Better than the Jets. Instead, they took a cheap shot with I don't know who stick their leg out on Josh Allen, but
that was a
tiny brick.
That was an off. Yeah, I mean, another incident. Late in the fourth quarter, that last touchdown drive where gets hit late, and now obviously, there's the ref got hurt. didn't get hurt. Why the Jets trained staff got hurt. It's a very very tight area as you in the media area, as you know it. So that's one of the things they were talking about. WGR was bringing up expansive area for the media because it's such tight quarters down there. Being one of the older stadiums, you don't have much room. So if you get hit, you don't have much room to scramble if you're a media.
Yeah. It's maybe that's something they could address in the new stadium, but
that was something they were talking about. But
Yeah.
as I said, I think that's something they're going to have to look at is media safety, because quite frankly, you have fans right at the top of the action there, and most of the new stadiums are further back. I would like to see them maybe a little bit further back. I mean, without sacrificing the fan experience.
Well, what was that ref doing standing on the sideline? Do they always have a ref standing in that spot, or I didn't
maybe
understand that.
it's kind of a tight. Yeah, again, I think it's a tough area. It's you got media personnel there. You got referees. The
You
players
got those
on the
people
side.
that work for the NFL. Yeah.
The NFL, the media. It's
That
very
carry
very
those
tight.
big bubbles.
Sorry, what?
You know those people. those people on the sideline that hold those big bubble-looking things.
Yeah, the
I think they're
cameraman,
like some sound things. Yeah.
the sound
The
guys.
camera,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys, put a lot of work and time for the TV broadcast, and the broadcast booth. But man, that was but again, that could have been seriously scary, done if somebody could have easily got injured.
Oh, of course. But then Josh bounces right back up with a smile on his face. I mean,
Well, you can smile all you want if he gets the Jets here.
well, he's as tough as it gets. I mean, you get a little nervous sometimes when he's running around out there. But I mean, seems to just bounce back up.
Yeah, well, let's talk about Josh Allen's day. He 24 for 43, 240 some 243 yards. Didn't have to brace. It was better than last week, no turnovers. But the third quarter, like you said, it just seemed like there was throws that he missed. Why? That kept sailing right, sailing to the left. It just seemed like they were in sync. Is it
Right.
a concern that going into this Patriots matchup, where that the last time these two teams played, it was, mind you, it was 40 mile per hour winds. Wins. Aren't you concerned that for the offense?
Yeah, well, certainly, but we're looking at a cold game here on Saturday, but the winds aren't supposed to be too much of a factor. But I mean, certainly the cold can be a factor for the receivers catching the ball, and I think if he could just limit the turnovers, I think we should be all right. But
I agree here. I mean, Josh clearly a better quarterback in this matchup here. But again, you said the run game. Singletary had a heck of a game, another great game there. The offensive line has been stout the last several weeks. Ever since the second half of the Tampa Bay game, they got, this team has been the best team, I think.
Yeah, certainly. They've, won their last 4 games. Despite some of the games not being the greatest from Josh, the Falcons game, what do you have, 3 picks? They
still
found a way
went
to get the
25-14.
His defense, some of those balls were deflected. So I mean, but still.
Well, yeah, I agree. Fred, what is your take up on But let's flip it the other side. Zach Wilson. Lord have mercy, they got no offense and no defense.
There was no trimming call for 2 minutes on the play.
I'm sorry.
I'm watching the game like you were, Jimbo, live
First, I want to say, as much as we want to blame Matt Hack, yes, some of those punts, yes. But you're punting into the wind from where we were watching. I saw literally get a couple Jets. Well, no, I meant the Jets punter do the same thing a couple times. So to totally have anger towards Matt Hack, nah. I'm gonna give it a pass on this week. It was definitely cold. The winds were a factor. Josh wasn't perfect. I will say that. The opening drive, I think he had a nice drive to start up the game. I think even when we get up by like a 13-7, I think that's where both offenses stalled. And both defenses played pretty well for most. I would say there would be one drive by the Jets that obviously they scored a touchdown. I believe they made a field goal. But to me, I didn't fear the Jets coming back in this game. I think I was more enjoying the Dolphins whooping the Patriots, but I expected them to. But yeah, both offenses were stagnant. The defense did a great job by the Bills of getting to I know the guy's name. Help me out here.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah, Zach Wilson. He might become a footnote again for the Jets organization. Just like Sam Darnold was. But the offensive line did not help Zach Wilson. The Bills defense was dominant at the line of scrimmage. And then I think in the fourth quarter, the Bills turned on with their run game and their passing game. It was a smooth stretch of while, to be honest with you. Again, a lot of it was defensive ball game until about the fourth quarter. There were a lot of good fans. I mean, not a lot, but you could hear them in the crowd. Yeah, with the Jets. And then we heard the Jets suck. Sorry, I didn't use the F word. But pardon my language. You heard all the chants. As we're sitting near the season tickets, people. We started with 300 level. People moved down there. My cousin owns season tickets, so yeah, we moved down that way. Fans were wonderful though. Chilly game. The elements had some role into it, but not expected. I mean, wow. It was expected outcome. You need to beat this team to win the NFC East. It was a nice circle of the wagons rolled by Josh Allen and the team. Covering that AFC playoff victory. Wow. Okay, not division champs. Pardon me. But yeah, it was a good game to watch. Good game to experience it. And I'm going to move on from this game because this means absolutely nothing. Other than getting the division win. So, before we get to the preview of the Patriots and the Bills round 3, quick takes. It was a rough night for the Sabres to lose last night.
You messed up the score. It's 6-1, not 5-1.
Okay, well, I wasn't sure, Jimbo. I can edit that on the show.
Yeah, I know that.
I can edit. It was just the Sabres played what? One game in how many days?
And they have a goal issue again. UPL got injured last night. Malcolm Suman got injured last night. And Henderson won't be back, it seems like.
It's getting ugly.
Karski's still in
Yeah.
COVID protocol. Oh my lord. Tampa's a good team. But this is one of those nights you want to forget as a Sabres fan. Just move on.
Well,
there's certain things in the game players I liked. Others were just. That's how I gotta put it.
Well,
Jimmy, go ahead.
Okay, so Quinn looked great. Looked really good as debut last night. I thought he was the best, one of the better short of Cousins, but like it was a snooze fest. I mean, fest. And Tampa capitalized on the chances. The chances we did have, we did not capitalize, and that's what good teams do. They're going to capitalize on the teams. Unfortunately, they capitalize on their chances. We didn't. Of course, obviously, we're going to get Tuck and some Krebs in the back in the lineup. But yeah,
as well as Tuck, I believe,
for Nashville.
Quinn made his debut last night, NHL debut.
I just said that, Fred.
Oh, I didn't hear you, so.
Well, I can't help you there.
I agree.
But again, the starts early in the periods for the Sabres have been awful. I mean, they've only had one good period, the other two period. But
yes, we are saying they absolutely suck.
Well, with a shortened, with the lack of talent in last night's roster.
And Olsen, after his injury, he has not been the same. It looks like he's sleepwalking again.
Well, he's been on a 19-game goal streak. It's just not he's not doesn't look confident with the puck right now when he's shooting.
He needs some icy hot to unfreeze. Wait a minute, to freeze himself. And we know the rest of the commercial.
Yeah, but hopefully a better showing against the Predators. Should have a nearly fully healthy lineup for tomorrow night.
Except for the goaltender. The goaltender's missing again.
Did you see the freak injury by nobody? It's lower body injury week to week, but it didn't seem. Now I don't know if it was during the save against Kucherov, but it didn't seem really bother him. But so could be a re-aggravation of something that he had for a while. I don't really know. The Subban, I don't know why he didn't call Haley on you know who. Like, why the heck are you running to the goaltender? There should be a fight after that. Like, I don't understand.
Bring the Mack truck to U-Haul. They're not going to do anything unless they bring Ryan Reeves or someone other than Dylan Cousins.
My God,
maybe Tuck could fight in the lineup. I don't know. Bring back Marcus Foligno for that. I don't know. But anyway.
Connor, what do you thought about the hit on Subban? Was that dirty?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's dirty.
I mean,
well, Connor's looking like a wet stick abandoned net with that black cat, of course. The only thing he needs is some tar, some nails, bricks, rope.
My oh my.
Caveman
going. All right.
Caveman.
All right. So that's a little bit of our take here.
So my next little topic. You know the league trend of Black Monday. Plus, today or yesterday. Of how many NFL coaches got axed.
Well,
I know
I'll
what the most
chime in
shocking was.
Go ahead.
But let's see what the most expected were. Roll it, gentlemen.
Well, it's got to be Flores in Miami.
The shocking one.
I'm hearing that there was some tension between him and the owner regarding if Tua was their future quarterback or not. That's what I'm
more
hearing.
like the general manager.
The general manager.
It's a political game. at the highest level of the NFL.
In terms of the most expected, Joe Judge and these two New York dysfunctional football New York teams. Of course, we got the Bills in New York, but should I say the New Jersey teams? These are just such dysfunctional organizations here. They just haven't been good in so long. It's just, Joe Judge.
The Jets more so the Giants.
The Giants won 2 Super Bowls with Manning not too long ago, but it's just.
We know the. Okay, so NFL.com has there. I guess coaching interviews. I believe.
All right. Do you want to give me my inspection? The Blythe Forest was shocking because the for me it was like shocking. Especially 2 winning seasons in his time there. I'm surprised he didn't fire the GM. To me, he's been the one making important decisions there. Now, are they going to bring in a guy that a coach that's offense from World War II? So that's my. As far as expected, I would say for me, it's the Chicago Bears and Matt Nagy. For me, that was like expected. They only had one playoff season there with Patriots. To me, that was worse expected. The Joe Judge here. Joe Judge here did not work. They tried going back in the past as Colin Collar pointed out on his show. Didn't work. I think the trend is for them is like most of us to go with an offensive-minded coach.
My expected firing. My most expected firing of the year. It's got to be Jacksonville's former coach. Urban Meyer.
Urban. Yeah.
And he gets a crying tie. No.
Well,
it's
simple.
It is Miami. Yes! I cannot believe it. I said maybe the season okay. But he wants you back. And almost made the playoffs again. Even with Deshaun Watson.
Rumors.
And then, like I said, a power play. And you know what? They're all going to lose again. Oh my God.
Dysfunctionality everywhere, Fred. It's dysfunctionality.
Oh, dysfunctionality. Someone get him the glasses. He must be delusional. You're fired. Oh.
But we'll see. All right. I'm serious though here. Okay.
No, I'm going to continue, Jimbo. Because I'm a former Jimbo. He'll be a defensive coordinator and over wild. Oh, Miami.
All right, so
you heard me correctly. I predict he will be a defensive coordinator. And he won't go to Miami. They should not get rid of him. And Calvino should stay.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I thought it was a huge mistake. A huge mistake letting him go. I think to me, you got a coach that's been successful, 2-win seasons in Miami, and yet this guy let him go. Now I hear that Now, the owner of mine he doesn't live in Florida, so he's only there on Sundays. I think the GM had closed.
Oh, I'm sorry. We can't have an owner that lives in Florida. Really? You order the Miami Dolphins and you don't live in Florida?
Miami and Jacksonville. What in the world? I don't know who's worse, Sean Conn or Steve Chiola.
At least Sean Conn owns all Elite Wrestling. And at least they can probably get a better head coach than Miami Dolphins.
Oh my God!
At least
I don't know who's worse. The New York Metropolitan area?
I'd like to see Johnny Allen dropkick the old Miami Dolphins. Because the Dolphins don't give a crap if they win.
Oh my God!
Terrible. It's so sad. I gotta get through this.
Okay, here's a quick. Which fan base are more sour? The Jacksonville fan base, the Florida fan, or my fan base, the Jets fan base, or the Giants fan base? I don't know which one to pick, honestly. You can.
What were you asking the question?
The question I was asking, like, which fan base is more sour? To me, it's got to be Jacksonville. Because you put high. You get the number one pick.
No. It's the Patriots. Because they're going to lose tonight. I didn't say tonight. And they're going to be going to Detroit right back to Boston. Why? Why did you lose to
He's going to want the quarterback to throw 90 yards in the air.
Connor's just sitting back there and look at me like, what the hell are you doing?
Versus my show again. You're crying up a storm. Okay, so
I think I have to make a regular segment on this. I borrowed from Jimmy Spencer of Formula NASCAR racer, Formula driver. I love the dude. So I'm honoring him. This is going to be the unofficial crown tale for the week.
Okay, so all right.
And
so
by the way, for the Dolphins owner and GM, Christmas cookies are down.
They'll be sitting in silence watching playoffs. Well,
there will be silence night over there.
So, well, we're already past silent night. They're gonna. All right. So moving on here to the. Okay, so it looks like. Okay, so sets on screen, Bryson Frazier and Brian David by for the head coach of the Chicago Bears. Also, assistant GM Joe Schoen. I'm sorry, I said Chip. Sorry. Interviewed by Giants for GM Rowe. So that's
according to multiple sources.
So we'll be following that in due time. Just switching gears to the Bills.
To go over here.
Yes, thank you.
Gentlemen, the floor is yours.
All right, so enough of Fred's crying here. The rubber match. This is the rubber match of the century here. Bills Patriots in a playoff setting. This is to me finally something worth watching because now these two teams are in the playoffs. Finally, the playoffs together instead of separating. Obviously, the first matchup, was the cold, windy one. Second one, Bills just outclassed him. Now the rubber match in the playoffs, in front of a packed home crowd. It's going to be packed. First home playoff game in 25 years that it's full crowd here. So, what do we expect this time around with this match?
Well, I think in terms of New England's game plan, we can expect more of the same. They're just going to try to run the ball, and I'm not too sure how capable Mac Jones is to throw the ball far downfield, especially in the cold weather. So we should be able to.
I think that's one of my keys in game is to get up on New England, force them
to throw the ball.
Had success, force them to throw the ball. We have the number one defense statistically in the NFL here, NFL, even without Travis White. I think this to be again, time possession is key. The longer you keep it out of Mac Jones' hands and keep, have if Josh Allen has performance like he did 3 weeks ago, this should, they have we have the better quarterback, and we have the number
Right.
one rated scoring defense in the NFL. The run game's value started with Martin Singletary. I mean, I think, if we play with play aggressive football, this should, I mean, even in this cold weather, and it's going to be 0 degrees by kickoff here. Probably the coldest play game that I can remember.
Right. Yeah.
Remember, no wind.
Yeah. No wind.
I mean, so my 3 keys to the game here, obviously get up on a lead early, force New England to throw get up in first. Number 2, Josh Allen's got to be MVP caliber Josh Allen. The last couple of weeks, he had that 3, but he's got, in order for this team to get into the Super Bowl, Josh Allen's got to play better. He's got to be MVP caliber Josh Allen like he was last year.
Right.
A big time game Saturday night. I think if he has that, I think this. I mean, but this is to me. This year's team's you never know what they're not the juggernaut. This could be a streaky team. When they're hot, they're hot. When they're not, they're not. They put 41, and then they put up 6 against. So while the offense has not been clicking all cylinders, I think this is Emmanuel, I'm Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis, Emmanuel Sanders, need to step up. Beasley, you need those players to step up and make big plays. On the offense, on the ball, and then the defense, get pressure on Mac Jones. I mean, disrupt him, make this team throw the ball, because, as you said, Josh, make back throw deep. Because deep. Those are the keys for me winning this game here. Of course, like like I said, I think this should be a big W for the Bills. Get a whole. So now look at the wild card here. So let's make our predictions for the wild card run. So again, Tennessee, Green Bay get both buys here. So on Saturday, so Raiders. So first opening game of the wild card round on Saturday, Eagles Buccaneers at 1:00. I picked the Buccaneers over Eagles. Tampa Bay. I'm going to go 34-20 Buccaneers in that game. That's your prediction for that game.
Yeah, definitely the Buccaneers. I think Eagles might make it close. The Buccaneers had some injuries on the offensive side, losing Antonio Brown, Chris Godwin, but I still think they have just the depth.
Obviously the Antonio Brown thing was a bizarre one, to say the least. Him walking off the field and walking field. Now more's come out about that. That's been a bizarre situation.
But my take on the situation is, even if what happened, if based on what he's saying, that he was injured and he couldn't go back in the game, he didn't have to make himself look like a clown running off the field with his shirt off, and he just handled it completely unprofessionally.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not surprising given his history with
history.
Right. We can't no excuse for no excuse. I agree. So then Raiders Bengals is the 4:30 game, the mid game. This one's probably gonna be one of the more interesting ones of the besides you got a Bengals team that a right star Joe Burrow and receiver Ja'Marr Chase. They're playing on house money. The Raiders won an epic shootout with the Chargers there, an exciting game there. Here, this one's tough. I mean, I'm going to slightly go with the Bengals. I think they're playing with house money. Joe Burrow's on fire. They remind me of the Bills from last year. Got explosive offense. Can make big plays down the field. They're not the greatest defense, but they're gonna, I mean, they got that, they're playing with no pressure. I mean, so that one, I'm gonna say more of a, I'm gonna go 31-28 Bengals on that one.
Yeah, I'll also take Cincinnati in a close game, but I think Cincinnati will pull that one out in the home with the home field advantage.
Yeah, there. And then Bills Patriots score on that one. I'm gonna go 20. I'm gonna kind of go 30-20. I think I'm gonna go 30-18. I think Bills just have the better offense. I mean, even when they're not, I mean, I think they're gonna get up on the Patriots. The Patriots are gonna throw a lot. I just don't see it being a close game in that matchup. Fred, yes. Welcome back here. So we just made a prediction on the AFC. I figure you would. So we were just making about the predictions for the Saturday games. We picked the Bucks over the Eagles. We picked I picked the Connor. I picked the Bengals over the Raiders, and then Bills obviously over the Patriots for Saturdays.
Bills over the Patriots, 27-24.
Oh, you're making it close.
He's calling it close.
What about the? All right. What about the other two games for Saturday? So
I'm gonna swap the picks. Raiders are gonna win.
Wow.
Wow. What was the Tampa Bay what game?
Eagles.
Philadelphia.
Tampa could have this one, but I think I'll go with the upset Eagles.
Wow. So you got two upsets. All right, for the Saturday games.
I got one more upset for you.
Oh,
and the Chiefs. Not because of Big Ben. Najee Harris.
But he's even playing for that game.
I don't know.
Did you just say the Steelers beat the Chiefs?
No way. No way.
I will eat something. Well, it's very appropriate, but truth be told,
well, okay, yeah. But what of the story would that be if the Steelers beat the Chiefs?
I have more faith in the Steelers defense than I do the Kansas City offense right now. Still.
And I heard something about Tyreek Hill being injured during last, but that talk about a story right there. With Ben, this could be Ben's final game as a Steeler. But what if they would somehow pull the upset against the Chiefs? That would be, I mean, you would talk about, an upset for the ages here. Future Hall, which I don't expect the Steelers to, I think the Chiefs are way too talented, way more talented as far as, their offense. I think, Mahomes is a way better core right now than Steelers, but what a story that would be if the Steelers could somehow Big Ben can pull off the upset.
I don't see that happening. I think the Chiefs are more beatable than they have been in years past, but I don't think the Steelers have what it takes.
You're being delusional, Connor.
No, but that was so. But we'll make so we'll make our predictions last year. So our Sunday games
Sunday slate here.
okay, so there's two Sunday games. There's one. Isn't there one Monday game? I forget. Oh no, the Eagles Buccaneers were Sunday. I'm sorry. Pardon me. So let's go to the Sunday game. Okay, yeah, Eagles were okay. So I'm sorry. So there were other Sunday games here. Cowboys, 49ers. I got to pick the Cowboys. It's going to be a close one. 27-24 Cowboys. I just think they have the better quarterback. Both are. I think it's going to be a late second field goal for that one.
I like the Cowboys too.
Fred, you got no upset on that one?
No, I think I'm going to see the Cowboys move on to the next game. That'll be my guess too.
Oh, the Steelers Chiefs were the Sunday evening game.
Who cares?
Yeah, so for my prediction on that one, I'm gonna Chiefs 38, Steelers 13. I think they it's Big Ben's last game in Hall of Fame career.
I'm calling the Chiefs putting up a 50 burger on the Steelers. 50-10, my score prediction.
What? 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 50? Oh. Connor. I gotta do it, man. You got the crying towel. We're saying that. 50? No. I don't think it's going to be a 50-point game. Maybe 30. But 50? You're blasphemous, man. You're
50 burgers.
I wouldn't be surprised if they put up 50.
You too?
I might think they put up. No, they're not gonna put up 60. Sorry, no. But still, I
Unbelievable.
All right. So, the Monday night game, Cardinals Rams. Feature matchup. Cardinals. This one's again another tough one for me because Arizona's coming in cold. The Rams with Stafford. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Man, 27-23 Rams on this one. I think Matthew Stafford's gonna be gonna get his wild card win. Kyler Murray is gonna play great, but they're gonna just come out a little bit short.
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals in this one. I think they're gonna. This is another third matchup here, another rubber match, divisional matchup.
I forgot about that. Yeah. It's just kind of the theme here.
So let me get this straight. One has one for the Cardinals, the other against the
I got the Rams.
This isn't rocket
Because-
science.
Am I tiebreaker for this one?
Oh, who do you got?
Tiebreaker goes to the Cardinals.
Oh,
So you're picking the Cardinals.
you're right.
I
I
gotta say
you got
a high
explosive
offense
offense
with
with
Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. And
that's all I
that's
can
all I
say.
can say.
You got
You got
Zach
Zach
too.
Ertz too.
I forget about that, but
yeah.
that's my guess. I think it's going to be a bit higher scoring game. 44-34.
So see, you're criticizing Connor for a 50-pointer, but you're gonna say 44-34 for that?
Because I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna blow out win for the Chiefs.
I do
I
not.
I wasn't calling for a
For your
blowout. I
sake,
was
for your sake, the Chiefs better prove me wrong, for Connor,
for
for
50
50 points
in the
in the
playoffs.
playoffs.
50-10. I'm putting a prediction on that.
Oh, good
All right.
God!
How about this?
And that's also a rubber match. Third time divisional matchup. This is a theme
See,
here.
Okay,
yeah,
so let's make a side bet on this.
Let's see
Let's see who's getting more points, the Chiefs
or the
or the
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Over or
Your
under?
pick
I'm
is
sorry,
544.
Cardinals
I'm sorry,
44
that's
points.
I'm going to take.
that's not a divisional match.
I know
I
that.
know that.
But who's
But
going to
who's
get
gonna
more
get more
points?
points?
The Chiefs or the
Chiefs or
Cardinals
in
in
their games?
I'm
I'm going
Connor,
with
you go
Chiefs. I mean, I'm calling a
I gotta go
50 for the
Cardinals.
Chiefs.
I'm gonna have to go Chiefs plus -6 for the bet. I think I can argue there. Like I said, I think Chiefs just got the better offense than and while I think they're gonna
The
put
Chiefs don't have the better defense, though. I will make the argument the Chiefs don't have the same defense as they did a few years back, but they never really had a top defense.
I think the Cardinals Rams game's a more even matchup than the Steelers and Chiefs, so that's why I think the Chiefs.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't see
I
it.
agree with you. I agree with you on that point.
That
Would be an even matchup.
But I think Cardinals can at least get ahead by 10 points.
I could see the Cardinals and Rams being a shootout a little bit. Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, so I got a new segment here on the show. It's called Plus or Minus. As we know, sports betting is legal in New York, so we're gonna do a little predict the Bills segment here.
Okay.
So let's start with the quarterbacks here. Who will get more Who will get more passing touchdowns? Josh Allen or Mac Jones? Plus or over three plus or minus 2 touchdowns.
-2 for Mac Jones, +3 for Josh Allen.
So you're gonna say Josh Allen gets 3 touchdowns compared to 1 for Mac Jones. Connor, what do you got?
3+.
Yeah, I would agree with that probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick you over on Josh Allen on this one. I also who okay, and then next one. Who gets more receptions on the Bills? Stephon Diggs, Dawson Knox, Gabe Davis, or Cole Beasley? Which one?
None of them.
Really?
It's gonna be Devin Singletary this time around. It won't be Isaiah McKenzie.
Oh, wait, let me rephrase that first. Okay. Okay. So
No.
What happens? Singletary gets more rushing yards a game, or Bills receivers have more. Bills receivers have more pass reception yards.
Singer is going to get more passing yards for the whole team this week because he's going to be the surprise passing weapon this week.
If McKenzie's not in this week, it's either going to be Singletary or Fort Knox this week.
Yeah, I see Knox, but Diggs had a big game against the Patriots when we played in New England, so I think I could see Diggs having another big game.
I'm going to go with the receivers getting more passing yards than rushing yards for Singletary. And while I think Singletary's been playing great, I think the secondary for New England is not the greatest. I think they're going to continue the trend of passing yards on the secondary for New England. Okay, so another prediction, another little sidebar here. Who throws the phone first? Bill Belichick or Sean McDermott?
Belichick.
-9 on Sean McDermott, plus 24 on Bill Belichick.
Yep. I think
Oh,
McDermott just
man.
clapped his hands. Angry,
He'll be-
upset, happy, sad. He just keeps
McDermott
quiet.
is 90 degrees hotter if the game don't go his way.
Yeah, so that's a little bit of the side bets here. I just made that segment up there. But we're gonna be a segment on this show where we're gonna do a little sports betting. Now,
We actually are not going to bet on anything. We're just going to make predictions as a plus or minus. Right, Jimbo?
yeah, plus or minus. That's gonna be. I think people are gonna like the segment of plus or minus. If they were to bet, a little fantasy, a little betting since it's sports betting in New York now. In New York now, so I think we're gonna have a little fun
Here's a
with it.
plus or minus. How many nuts will Fred eat on another show?
Good question. Plus, I have no quantity on that one.
Yeah.
So, Fred, do you want to spill the beans on the new show?
Not yet. Work on the logo.
Oh, okay. Fred's not giving any beans here in this one.
No.
All right. So, what else do you have for playing for the show, Fred?
Christmas trees, cold weather, Steve Tasker's mic drop.
Yeah. So, yeah, So, Steve not in the Hall of Fame. He should be. Sorry, he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Again.
How many times this happened?
This is a good what were they thinking segment. The NFL Hall of Fame again. Snub Steve Tasker.
Yeah.
Was his last year? Yeah, he'll always be a Hall of Famer in my book. Maybe he'll get it someday. But yeah, it's a disappointment he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Oh, sidebar. Rolex 24 Daytona this month. Bear Jackson, Scottsdale this month. Or is it
Rolex 24.
is Bear Jackson in February? I mean, big game February, late January.
No, end of January. No, mid-January, I think.
My favorite time of year again. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I am excited too for that.
I will add to the plus and minus segment for a future prediction.
Yeah, so
Plus or minus 9 wins for Miami next year.
Minus or there too many unanswered questions there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna go under. I'll say 8.5 wins on that one. Yeah, a lot of unknowns there.
0.
No, I don't think it's gonna be 0.
Do you want to know why? Because they'll probably trade Tua to the Texans.
Really?
And drafted our quarterback.
I think they hold on.
That is not a prediction, gentlemen. That is a spoiler.
I think the reason Flores is out is because of Tua. So I don't see Tua getting traded. But
No, well,
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It may not be this upcoming year, but maybe the year after that.
Okay. So speaking of Saturday night here, I just popped my head. So before the game, we have a little preview, so we'll be back next week for the recap against.
Not next week, in 2 weeks, because Jimmy says next week the last time, and
it will be next week. It won't be 2 weeks because it's one and done here. this is not the regular season's playoffs. So we'll be on no matter what, win, lose, or draw.
7 p.m. next week for start time.
Yeah, 7 p.m. Start time for next week's show. Tune in for that. Also, stay tuned for the rebranding of the other show. And a little quick question. This show here, we want to feature some special guests here. What guests would you like to see on the Two Fire Buffaloians show? So we'll put up a poll for that. But who do you want to see on this as a special guest for this show here?
If Connor's got ideas, I'd be all for it.
I'll have to think on that, but I'm sure we could get some good ideas going here.
You two are the host.
I would like to. So as far as hockey's here, I would like to see Andrew Beers and Craig Bay on the show. They're afterwards. I want to have a little Sabres conversation.
You want to steal my thunder, Jimbo? Because I want those two people on my show.
Oh, I know. I know that. Well, we'll have them on.
I gotta get Mike Polito back on a show. I gotta get Quinn and Cerny back on our show.
We'll be on your show here.
Of course it'll be on my show. Not you two show.
Well, we'll have Mike as our guest as well here, Coach Mike.
I love you guys.
Yeah, thank you, Fred.
I'm cutting off.
Okay, so Connor, thank you. So Connor, again, another exciting week of the Two Fiery Buffaloians podcast. We'll try to do better. As you'll see, we're trying to do better next time.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we'll be back next week for the recap of the Patriots Bills game. It's preview the divisional rounds for next week. Recap of the show here. Fred doesn't take 50 on doesn't take 50 of the Chiefs. That's what we found. Number two, we're not sure we're not sure how in the world which Florida football fan base is crying. Oh wait. We're not sure what direction Dolphins are going or Jacksonville's team's going. And number three, well, get ready for the cold. So final thoughts. Okay, so final thoughts for again, it gotta be 0 degrees here. Final thoughts. My final thought is Bills are gonna absolutely dominate the Patriots.
Yeah, I think just put the nail in the coffin here. Finish the Patriots. Put them in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, let's put. But I gotta admit, if you thought Patriots Bills, in regular season were one thing, playoff Bills Patriots is gonna be picturesque. I mean, I think it's gonna be amped up to a new level. So that's my final take on it. I want to thank all the viewers. We'll upload the show on YouTube. For all your we gotta work on it. We gotta work on an entrance for Two Fiery Buffaloians for the show here. I would like to get something going with that. So for myself and Connor, thank you for watching our show. Again, check us out on Facebook at Two Fiery Buffaloians on Facebook, as well as Fred's YouTube channel at Fred RT YouTube channel here. So again, have a good night, guys. Go Bills, and we'll see you next time.
Go Bills.